Welcome, moviegoers. How are we doing? Good, good. Do you have your ticket? All right, what do we have here? Real Swell. Good choice. You're going to be in Auditorium 69. It's straight ahead and to the left. Enjoy. Thunderbolts released tonight for the Thursday screening. I am just getting home. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. This movie, I have to say, was better than Captain America Brave New World. And I enjoyed the Captain America movie. I thought it was pretty good. But this movie is better. And it's better for a couple of reasons. It's better because of the characters. The characters in this movie are characters we've grown with. We've got Ghost, we've got Walker from Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. We've got Yelena, we got Red Guardian, and Taskmaster was also in this movie. And we get additional character development for all of these characters. And the plot seemed simultaneously very grounded while also being bigger than life. It was a Marvel movie, but it was also a human story. And I feel that this movie is what Endgame should have been. This movie gives us a window into what it was like to lose after the snap and then the subsequent blip of having everybody come back, and it delves deep into the emotions of what Falcon and the Winter Soldier was trying to do. Falcon and the Winter Soldier I felt was just preachy, but it didn't really hit home in the way that this movie does. It takes us through all of the struggles that these characters have been dealing with emotionally and mentally, and what that emptiness actually felt like during the snap, those 5 years where we were trying to figure out what to do with ourselves after half the population had been erased, essentially. And, what does that void, that emptiness feel like? What does it mean for us? And how do we fit into the world now? Do we have purpose anymore? The things that filled that void are gone. And our compass was irrevocably broken. Even after the blip, things weren't the same. You don't get that back, that time, those people. It's all just gone now. What are we doing with ourselves? What is our purpose now? And this movie asks those questions. And it asks them in such a way that it doesn't tell you what the answer is or what the answer should be. It's keep looking for that answer because your purpose is out there. You may not know it now, but there's going to come a time where you know that this is what you're supposed to be doing. And the journey that you're on right now is you finding what that purpose is. But at the same time, it gives us a superhero story. It gives us an Avengers story. The Thunderbolts are a team now. And it's very cool how they came together. And it's such a good feeling to have characters again. And even in Captain America and Brave New World, we've got Sam Wilson, we've got the new Falcon, but it didn't feel like we were building characters again. I said that that movie was a glimmer of hope that the MCU would be returning to its former glory of the Infinity War saga. And I believe even more so that that was kind of that first step that would even though Fantastic Four's tagline is first steps, but that Captain America movie allows me to move on from the mediocre Marvel movies we've been getting It was better than what we had gotten previously, and now we've taken a step further. Thunderbolts is a really good movie, and the story that they're building, it feels rewarding again. It feels rewarding to be on this journey. Not only to have the journey, to be appreciative of the journey, but to be appreciative of the characters and the journey that they are on as well. I really like this movie. And Florence Pugh, she is the rock in this movie. She carries this film, I don't want to say by herself, but she is definitely the center of this movie and the center of this team, while simultaneously being the leader and the one who has the most hurt in her story. And all the characters, they've got a background, they've got struggles, but we really get a glimpse of Yelena's story, her struggles, and what she is going through. And it feels like they've created another Natasha. And I don't mean that as a replacement. I don't mean that, oh, Black Widow's gone, now let's just bring in somebody else. But no, we've got a unique character in Yelena. But how I feel about her after this movie is how I felt about Natasha throughout the Infinity War saga. And it's amazing that they've already given us that character again. And not Natasha again, but a character that I can feel for and want to see moving forward, want to see more development, and want to see where they take that story and that journey for Yelena. Red Guardian is hilarious in this movie. He's certainly the comedic relief, and I loved every line of his. John Walker, it's funny because he still feels like the John Walker from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He still feels like this character that you don't really know if you should be rooting for or not. He's still very much a jerk in this movie. He's still very much a hothead, cocky, arrogant, all those things that he was in that series. But they just leaned into it. And that's who he is now. Not just, oh, some throwaway that they put in to replace Captain America, but they leaned heavily on the criticism of that character from the series. But that's just who he is. And he also has a struggle. He also has a backstory that one can relate to. But I enjoyed the performance. I did. But again, it's one of those where you hate to love him, but he does pretty well. Ghost, they bring her back from the Ant-Man series. She does an amazing job as well. We don't get as much of her backstory because we got it in Ant-Man 2, but I'm okay with that. She fits in where is needed. She does a pretty good job. Bucky, the last time we saw him in Captain America, he was a senator. That continues on in this movie, but he also is the one with the tenure. So he can lead, but he leads by allowing others to lead, if that makes sense. He does a very good job. I mean, Sebastian Stan has done well throughout the MCU. So his performance continues, his character growth continues. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. And there's more to say. There's more about this movie that I want to talk about. And I may have to revisit this next week, after the weekend, after you have had your chance to see it. It's very good. Please go see it. And again, it's rewarding. It feels like the MCU is building up to something. And I can't wait. Thank you for coming to this screening of Real Swell. I hope you enjoyed. As you head out, I've got 3 things to ask of you. Number 1, pick up your trash. These ushers don't get paid enough. Number 2, make sure you are following so you don't miss the next screening. And number 3, hit that heart for me. I'll see you all next time. Make sure you've got your ticket.